Welcome to another AMA with Kadena Project Network. In this episode, we will be speaking with the team from KDKrocs. This conversation was recorded on October 15th, 2022, live on Twitter Spaces. The views and expressions in this AMA do not represent the views of KPN directly and are not to be considered as financial advice. Please make sure to do your own research on the projects presented. Also, make sure to follow our account to be alerted of new uploads. Now let's get started. Enjoy. Welcome everybody to another AMA with Kadena Project Network. Today we are talking with KDKrocs, very unique NFT project coming to Kadena. So let's start off with, I always like to start off with a little introduction about yourself, how you got into crypto in general, and then just a brief description of what KDKrocs is all about. So go right away. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Take a little trip down memory lane. I always like doing that. It was, I believe, 2015, 2016. I was working at UB Robotics. My first exposure was buying crypto kitties. I know you guys remember that on Ethereum. Um, that was really my first dive into the NFT world. I was already, into like Bitcoin mining and stuff like that, but really NFTs, that was my first venture into the NFT world. Little more background about me working at UB Robotics kind of gave me exposure to crypto miners. And the way that happened was we were traveling back and forth to Shenzhen, which is where the company is based out of China. And one of my coworkers' brothers was working with Goldshell. So that was my in with getting into crypto miners. So started buying and selling crypto miners from Goldshell, and then the KD boxes started coming out, the original ones. So I started buying and selling those, and that was really the beginning of where I was really introduced to Kadena. And at the time, it was nothing more than just another coin to mine. But out of curiosity, I did a deep dive into the project, and finding out about the founders and where they came from. There were programmatic algorithmic traders for JP Morgan Chase. Just really smart people, which really piqued my interest about Kadena in general. So coming into the space in the last couple of years, what we noticed was, compared to like even other like meme coins and things like that, there really wasn't much awareness around Kadena in general. And so bringing up the whole idea of Kadena awareness was something we really wanted to, bring to the masses. And I think the cool thing about this is rewarding people for doing that. Yeah, it's kind of a carrot on a stick trick, but it's people who are really passionate about the project, and we're creating new passionate people who are interested in Kadena to begin with. Those people will go out and do their own research, and what I'm seeing happening through our Discord channels, and we have a Kadena awareness channel in our Discord, which rewards the users every time they post in there. Um, I see things that I wouldn't have seen otherwise. So it's really cool seeing people kind of taking the reins and grabbing the bull by the horns, and taking the initiative to really do their own research, and bring about more awareness in the space, which is ultimately kind of what's like one feeds the other, which is like what we're trying to get together here. Um, so with that in mind, me and my girlfriend, we were chatting it up one day, and my friend who's a game developer, we were shooting the idea back and forth of having this reward system, maybe some types of prizes for people spreading Kadena awareness, and just creating a brand that's really it's like awareness centric brand that will really not only be eye catching, but also lend itself to bringing more awareness to the Kadena ecosystem. And so that's where the inception of KDKrocs came. The cute little pixel art, that's all thanks to my girlfriend, bless her heart. It seems to be a hit with everybody. And yeah, man. So it's been really interesting so far. It's The response has been just phenomenal from people, and we seem to be resonating with a lot of people who are in the space, and are interested in NFT projects on Kadena. So yeah, that's a little bit of history on how we got started. And we're really proud of everyone for really what they've been doing in the space. You especially too, man. You what you guys do is just like it's really impressive, man. And I was speaking with Action CEO the other day, and he said, he asked you, hey man, so how are you making money doing this or whatnot? And you're like, hey man, we're going with this because we're passionate about it, and that really resonates with us as well.
Yeah, that's one thing. But yeah, we don't charge anything. We're completely free. We're pretty much, we are backed by Eucalyptus Labs, of course. Like, we're
Hmm.
all employees of Eucalyptus, but
Hmm.
we're all very passionate about Kadena, which is why we wanted to do this. And we noticed that
Hmm.
it was something that was kind of needed and kind of
Hmm.
missing from the community. So we just stepped up and took the bull by the horns and ran with it. And I'm glad we did, because we've met a lot of really amazing people and a lot of really amazing projects. So let's talk a little bit more
Yeah.
about, but basically, if people look into your project, first thing I usually do is go, if they have a website, is go to their website. And right away it says play and win ASIC miners. So let's talk a little bit about what exactly that entails and what exactly people could win and how they could win it.
Yeah, for sure. So the play and win is really the participation in the NFT mint. So part of that is going to be the 3,333 collection. So we had originally had 10,000 pieces, but then we went back and forth with the math, and the odds of the participants winning something wasn't, it wasn't that fantastic. So we split it by a third, which really brought up the chances to you know I think like 2.5% for one, but if you buy 10, it's close to like 25%. So the top prize is a K83, the Bitmain K83, which we already have ordered. Everything else is in hand. We have 30 KD Box Pros. We have one KD Max. We have one KD6. We have Kadena Mining Club NFTs. We had three of those originally, and then we had also a hash frog KA3 3-month contract. The problem with that was, it expires in 3 months, and we just thought it would be unfair. So, and a lot of people really like the KMC project anyways, and we figured, hey, well, we're just gonna swap that out. And we reached out to them for a partnership to Hashfrog, but we never really heard back from them. So, KMC was a little bit more responsive, and so we reached out. Originally, we wanted a little bit more formal partnership with Kadena Mining Club, and so I opened up a ticket with them, and I talked to Matthew directly, and he's like, "Look, man, we love what you guys are doing. We love the donation aspect of it. We're donating proceeds to the Friends of the Everglades. He goes, we love the idea, everything. He's just like, it's just that you guys are too new on the scene. Formal partnership was, it's not something that we're interested in. But hey, if you want to give them away on your platform, like we're all about it. Go ahead and do that." So we thought that was pretty cool, and we didn't want to just go and do it and kind of create this like association with their brand that wasn't approved in a sense. So aside from that, we have a bunch of KDA airdrops. So you'll know if you want an airdrop on the NFT. So we have close to 50 of those. And then we have some swag. A lot of people were talking about how they love the branding and like the little croc and everything like that. So we designed a bunch of hoodies that we're gonna send out a bunch of people who also win that. The formal prize pool will be updating later today because we did add a couple more things. In addition to that, we have little Easter eggs of kitty cats in there. So what we did was there's going to be 8 bonus prizes in there, and that'll go to the NFTs that have the combination of a kitty cat and a specific miner. We're not gonna say which one, but when those combinations happen and you get them in the collection, that rarity combination also gets you into the bonus round where you can win bonus prizes. Just adding a little bit of more excitement to the whole draw, and then a little homage to Kitty Cat, which has a very special place in my heart. Yeah. So as far as the prize pool goes, that's and winning that's the nuts and bolts of it right there.
Now, speaking of partnerships, I know that as little as maybe a week or two ago, you guys were planning on doing your mint through Mintit, but apparently you have got a partnership now with Arkade. You want to maybe go a little bit into what made you make that decision?
Yeah, actually, you know what, man? Originally, since we had the whole game idea, that's the phase 4 of our project. After the mint, um, we wanted to create this whole interactive game where people can put up KDA, and it'll be like a little wagering system. And we have our own game devs, but we reached out to Arkade, we chatted up with them. They're like, hey, look, we're already doing that. We're game developers, like, well, why aren't we partners again? So it just made sense. It was more of a natural thing for us. And we had the idea of doing our own mint. So we have our own butter standard that we already developed, and we were going to do our own mint. Looking at how the mint will take place, we just didn't think that was fair. So um, we wanted to employ a third party to take care of the mint. Not only that, we wanted to employ third party to also do the selections for the winners. So the rarities, and also the 85 prizes, those you'll know right away if you want, and then the rarities for the 8 bonus rounds. um you know those we want to employ third parties to do it, because we don't want to seem like, oh, hey, you guys are picking and choosing these things on your own. There's got to be a rhyme and reason to this. And we had a lot of good talks with, I personally, with Mike from DocuShield, and about mint date and things like that. And so, there was a couple pushbacks. They were perfecting everything, and we really appreciate that. Obviously, having a good user experience is definitely something that we appreciate. I come from a UI/UX background myself, and we appreciate that. But to us, it just made more sense. If we're bringing Arkade on to take care of game development, we what's the reason of splitting that up with the mint? We understand the whole thing with the marmalade standard, and we did a whole deep dive into that. And even with the provenance hash, and seeing the example of like Nightbreakers minting, the it just there was, not really any difference for us at all. So I'm not gonna get into the technical side of it unless you want to, but we can chat that up. Another problem with mint it for us was there you can only mint one at a time, so you have to send one transaction at a time. On Arcade's platform, you can do multiple mints, and we have pledges from a lot of our members that they want to mint up to 40, 50, 60, 100 at a time. So we just thought that would be really cumbersome and add a lot of friction for our mint day. So that was really the deciding factor that pushed us over to decide to go with Arkade. And we're really excited to be working with them.
Now, when it comes to mint numbers, since you're only going to be a collection of 3,333, and each NFT pretty much is kind of a ticket into a raffle to win these prizes, are you going to have any limits on the amount of NFTs one wallet could purchase? Now, I realize when I say this that, if someone wants to get around these kind of limits, they can just make multiple wallets, but at the same time,
Yeah.
you kind of don't want, someone coming in, some big whale coming in and buying a third of your collection and having a 33% chance of winning all the prizes. And then, it would kind of take away from the fairness throughout the community. So if you have any plans for that?
It really doesn't matter. Like you said, somebody can connect, even if they wanted 3 wallets, even if we capped it at 50 NFTs, right? They can create multiple wallets and buy half the collection if they want. So for us, it doesn't make sense really to cap that. We've discussed this back and forth multiple times on having caps on that. Uh, we don't think it's going to make any difference really. If someone wants to come in and buy 100, they'll buy 100. That's fine with us. If someone wants to come in and buy 500, I mean, that's up to them, right? The cool thing about the collection is that the all the prizes are like peppered out throughout the entire collection. So um, even if they did purchase a third of them, they're it's still not going to make sense economically if they wanted to do that. So we feel like we've mitigated a lot of the risks associated with like whales coming in and doing like large purchases on the NFT. So for us, it doesn't matter really.
Have you come up with what you're possibly going to have an NFT price? And do you guys
Yes.
have, are you offering any kind of whitelist that people can get involved
Yes.
in? And if so, what does that entail? How can they get it, and what do they get for it?
Excellent question. We had originally had a higher price point, so we were going to be around $50 for the OGs, and then $75 for the whitelist, and it was going to be $100 for public. But things changed in the market, so we had to adapt. And so what we did was we wanted to make entry point 15 KDA. So everybody who whitelists and the OGs, the price is 15 KDA. Now, if it makes it to public, it'll be 20 KDA. So we're gonna give the whole round the chance to mint all the whitelisters, and then everybody else who wants to join in afterwards, the price is going to be 20 KDA. We thought it was really reasonable, especially with an NFT that has a slew of prizes backing it. Um, we think it's exciting that we can do something like that. And we also have a little extra added perk. So if you get 10 NFTs or more, you get access to our secret OG channel. So you'll get the secret OG role. What that's gonna give you access to is not only our ASIC miner suppliers, but also there's a little link we have. It's a channel called Project Talk. So we've got a lot of feedback. There's a lot of people in our Discord who either are in a project currently, who have started a project, or want to start a project. So what we're doing was that we're extending out like a consultation service to anybody who mints 10 NFTs or more. It's a little ticketing system where they can open up the Project Talk. You can have any questions about anything from development, setting up their community, to marketing on Twitter, integrated partnerships, strategic partnerships, like the whole nine yards. So we wanted to offer that to anybody who mints 10 or more. We just we feel like if we can offer a service that's an added utility to our NFT aside from just the prizes, that it's just going to be better for us all around and for everybody involved.
Now, let's talk a little bit about more about the art. You said that it was your girlfriend who designs these.
Yeah.
Just curious, do you guys? You said also as well that you're going to have like Kitty Cat is going to be part in. Do you have any other homages or any kind of like special one of ones that you guys are doing, or is everything going to be just
Yeah.
pure generative?
Awesome question, man. So, what we're planning on doing is three drops, right? So this is the first one. The homage here is going to be Kitty Cat, right? Um, it would have been a very apropos if it was bulls, but we started the idea already with the kitty cats, and so it's said and done. But with that said, we're planning on the second round to do an homage with bulls. So, um, and then the third one, we're thinking packed rats. I still have to talk to Rob, see if he wants to do it. But that's kind of the roadmap for the three releases.
Now, when you say three releases, is this going to be like you're splitting your 3333 into three
No,
1,100 releases? No, it's going
no,
to be.
no. So we have enough art for more than 10,000 pieces. But in order to we want to reduce the entire collection because we wanted to make the chances of winning better than they were at the point where they were. So we reduced it to 3,333. So the next round will have the same amount of prizes, same amount of collection pieces, but just a different homage and collab. So that's what we're planning on doing now. The reason we're doing two more is because we have a couple huge collaborations and promos going on. One of them is with Voscoin. Um, he's doing a promo on our KD Box Pro, our collector's edition, the collab we did with Goldshell, the one with the RGB LED lights. And so we feel like once that happens, it's the project is really gonna blow up. And but what we wanted to do the first release. So all the original gangsters who came in and supported us Crocs, we didn't want to really muddy the waters with, like, you know outsiders in a sense, right? I don't want to say outsiders, but people who weren't originally in the project. We had a little bit of concerns. We were like, oh my god, well now I'm not going to get a chance to really mint as many as I wanted. But what we did was, hey, we're doing three. We'll start the next collection after our collab with Voskcoin. So we want to create a brighter future. We will create something sustainable, and these partnerships, these strategic partnerships, they've been really doing well for us. So I think that the future is bright for KDKrocs, and as far as it goes for a lot of people wanting to come join the project, or future partnerships. Um, and we're really excited to do that. But we did want to offer the original, the original Discord members who came in and supported the project first, to be able to mint the first collection before we really went super crazy out with public announcements like partnerships with Voskcoin.
Speaking of partnerships, I
Yeah,
obviously you must have some kind of partnership with Goldshell, because I've noticed that you
yeah.
have these really cool, like you said, these really cool custom miners, kind of in the same way that Kadena Mining Club had their little logo on the thing. But you guys have, your box has gone wild, just complete 360 wraparound skin and
Yeah.
RGB lighting and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Are these exclusives that you are only getting for your giveaways, or is this going to be like the Canadian Mining Club ones, where they're going to be selling them to the public as well with these skins?
Yeah, so it's here's the thing. We're able to do the skins, and that's already good to go. The only thing is sourcing the RGB LEDs, which was they did that originally when the price of these KD Box Pros was like, what was it, $5,000 or something, right? So I think the economics made more sense for them at the time. So we're still waiting for them to loop back. So far, the answer is no. We're looking to source them ourselves. So if that happens, that would be cool. But we have three. We had three of them. One of them we sent out, and then we have two more that's going to be sent out for the actual giveaway. So 20. There's 30 KD Box Pros. They're all going to be wrapped. Two out of those 30 are going to have the RGB LED lighting guaranteed. And if we can source the RGB LED fans, we'll swap them out in at least like half of them. So we really want to do it. So I'm promising you guys, every single day I'm like trying to source these RGB LED lights. I found the original company that did them. It just looks like they're not producing them right now, and it was just like a one shot thing they did for them, because a lot of the KD boxes that came out at the time, it was a specific time where I think they just got the RGB LED fans. The HS boxes, some of them have them. The library boxes, some of them have them. The KD box pros have them, and I think there was another one, I forgot the other box. I don't think it was a CK box, but one other one that had them, and it was just random that was in there. So we're definitely trying to source them, because we love how it looks. It's just, I mean, when you have it at night, if you're a streamer or something like that, and you usually have like RGB LED strips or something like that, having a miner with that in the background, I just think it's like super awesome. So but to answer your question, yeah, we will have a couple in the giveaway for sure. That's guaranteed, and then the wraps are in there for sure. So we're looking for those. We're looking for those.
Now, the wraps themselves, would
Yeah.
you be willing to sell someone, if say someone already has a KD box at home, would can they get the wrap if they want to just, I want to make mine
That's
look
a good
like
idea,
yours?
man. We thought about doing that. Uh, right now we have all of the ones already being wrapped. So if after the mint date, people are really requesting that, yeah, sure, we'll offer them. Maybe if they participated in the NFT drop, and they were maybe a little unlucky, or they were like, hey, I was lucky but I still want this, we're definitely open to, like, you know providing that. That's no problem.
even if you don't have a miner to strap it on, I'd put that on the side of my PC. Even like I've got a regular looking PC black case here that would look great with just having like even the side panel, just even if it doesn't cover the whole panel, it's still a really cool piece of art. So I figure a lot of people might actually want to get in on that. So just something you might want to explore in the future, because it would just be
Yeah,
pretty much sheets of stickers that you send out
yeah,
to people,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
That's what it is. Hey man, so that's a great idea. We didn't want to be like a kitschy like merch shop type of like NFT project, but we kind of are a kitschy like NFT project at this point. It's a really cute like really cute graphic, and maybe we're already doing the hoodies. We already have plans of sending out stickers with people who do win any of the prizes. So um, I think a merch shop is coming, brother. We'll see.
and then also, if you're teaming up with Arkade, they also have now a small marketplace in theirs. I know because I got one of my Katie bulls turned into like a piece of art, like an artwork that has a picture of the bull and then all the information underneath it and everything. And luckily enough, they were actually able to send me one in a nice little frame and everything. So it'd be kind of cool to see,
I
like you
love
said, you have
that. I love
the
that.
stickers and stuff like that. Definitely, I would like to see if I had a Katie Croc, especially if I got one with one of the kitty cads or something, I'd for
I'll
sure
tell
be
you what.
printing it out.
DM me your address. I'll guarantee you get a hoodie and a sticker. How about that?
Alrighty.
All right.
So let's talk now a little bit about the game you guys are planning on developing. So
Yeah.
let's just go into, I buy an NFT. How am I going to play this game with this NFT?
The idea is so we have like three parts of the game. So one part is supposed to be play for pink. So you would put up your NFT as a wager. So the winner of the match would win the NFT. Still have not figured that part out yet. The other part is just playing for free play. So you just play, and then the third part is doing it for 1 KDA. So this partnership is new. So figuring out the details of that we're still discussing. So I mean that's the extent of that really.
So kind of looking more into that, when it comes to the actual Crocs that you get, are you planning on like putting in the metadata, like certain traits have
Yeah,
certain
yeah,
weights to
yeah,
them kind
exactly.
of thing?
Yeah,
And then once
exactly.
you figure out, it'll be like if my card has more weight than your card, then I would win in a battle kind of idea.
Yeah, so rarity is going to come into play. Also, like the boxing gloves would have maybe their own like special weight to it. So those are things we're figuring out right now. I think it's a really cool concept, man. It's a really fun concept, and uh, it just brings more utility to the NFT. It makes it a little bit more fun to own it, and to be able to trade it, sell it on the marketplace. It creates a lot more excitement around KDKrocs in general.
Now, moving forward, after you go through your first kitty cat drop and you've gone through your pool of prizes that are locked to your kitty cat drop, it says here that people who are holding NFTs will have a say in future prizes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Is it going to be kind of like a DAO thing, or is it just kind of going
exactly.
to kind of be like a members holdership in your Discord and people get a vote, or how would
Yeah,
that work?
yeah. So the votes will be weighted on the number of NFTs you hold. So we'll leave it up to the community. So let's say people don't want to host a miner at home. Maybe they'd rather have cloud mining subscription, or Kadena hashing NFTs, or Kadena mining club NFTs, or they want more swag. Maybe they want more merch. All those things will be decided by the community, and leaving that up to what the people want. I think is the best way to do it. We want people to have fun. We want people to feel like they have a say in this, and creating this voting system, I think is the way to do it.
Now, I see also that you guys are working with a charity. Can we go a little bit into what made you
Yeah,
choose to go with Friends of Everglades and what
yeah,
exactly you are doing to help them out?
yeah. Sure. So, um, obviously the Everglades, Crocs, that was the connection there for us. and they're severely underfunded. And there's more and more state and national budget cuts on their horizon, and I just think it's important to support these foundations that protect the oceans, forests, and our endangered species. I mean, we looked at it. We looked at other foundations that we wanted to donate to, but Friends of the Everglades was the most willing partner. So, and that with the connection with the whole Crocs thing, that's what really made sense for us, and that's why we chose them.
We for our Kadena Ecosystem website, we also have a thing for charity where we are donating to the Rainforest Foundation US. And
That's
one of the
awesome, man.
reasons we actually chose to go with them was that we talked them into actually accepting KDA as the donation, and actually set them up with a wallet, taught them how to use the wallet and everything, like spoke with their
Really?
directors. And yeah, so I don't know if maybe that's something that they want to look into. That way the Kadena community could donate Kadena directly to them. So just
We
something
we
maybe to put
love
out
we
there.
love we love that idea. We love that. I don't know if there's any way you can help out with that part. You guys have already done it before, so we can definitely do something like that. I love that idea.
It all just basically comes down to if that charity is willing to accept crypto,
Yeah,
because it's
exactly.
it's up to
Exactly.
them what they do with the crypto afterwards. Do they sell it right away? And that would all come down to their tax implications and all, and
Of
their
course.
jurisdictions for that, of course. But hopefully in the future we'll see more charities and stuff be able to accept crypto, because it's just so
Man,
much
I wish
easier. And
yeah, I wish we knew that before that you guys had already done that, it would have been a lot easier just working with them since they're already, you know, in the loop with you guys. But I don't know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with
oh yeah,
that.
there's lots
Yep.
lots of ways, lots of places to move in the future, that's for sure. So let's talk a little bit now about what you guys have planned for the future. Like, so let's say you mint out your first 333 collection. Things are going well, things are going great. You got your merch. You're starting to build your game. Do you have any other kind of things that you want to see Crocs move into in the future? Maybe crossing
Yeah.
across to other networks or anything like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's a really good point. After we do the Voss coin promo, we want to open up uh, payments in other forms. We've noticed still a lot of friction with because we've had people come from other ecosystems, even after we've showed them how to use the wallet and do cross chains and things like that. It's the consensus from some of these people has been like, hey, this is really complicated, you know. So if they're used to doing it with ETH and stuff like that, I don't know how it's gonna make sense with the gas fees, but we were thinking about doing something with Doge, possibly a Doge integration, which which is our top pick, just because of the minimal fees associated with doing the Doge transactions. That was kind of like the closest cousin really to Kadena we were thinking as far as fees go. So to answer your question, we're definitely going to do something like that. The second collection, we will have support for payments on other chains, and I think that's going to open up a lot of doors for us and have more people who are excited about the project, but maybe seem like there's a little bit of friction in entry because of just doing transactions on Kadena. We feel like that will open up uh, a whole different market for us as far as people who are interested in trading NFTs, but not necessarily doing it on Kadena.
So it seems like you've been around the Kadena community and the ecosystem for quite a while now. So what do you feel coming up are, say, the top three things missing from the ecosystem that you feel would really push us to that next level and push us into possibly more mainstream adoption?
That's a great question. One thing is we need a more robust wallet solution, right? Um, X Wallet is great. Zelcore is it's pretty great, but we really need something that that simplifies a lot of what's going on right now. I know you guys are working on Koala Wallet. I'm already entered to be a beta tester with you guys. I'm really excited about that. Um, I don't know what kind of solutions you guys are providing, or new things you guys are doing with the wallet, but I hope that there is something in there that will create just a better solution, a wallet solution for Kadena. Right now the main thing we're seeing is that uh, funding wallets with Kadena, there's a little bit of friction there, right? Not a lot of exchanges have them listed, although the number is growing on a daily basis. Um, but the other thing is, the cross chain transfers. So I don't know if your wallet's going to solve any of those problems, but I hope it kind of opens the door into like having those conversations and really expanding it to a point where we can come to a usable standard where like everybody picks that. Okay, all the NFTs are going to be on this chain, right? So we know mining happens on chain 0. Maybe um, chains 10 through 20 will be reserved just for financial transactions, and so on and so forth. So when you have a wallet and you open up that wallet, it'll be a specific maybe NFT wallet where it's already in the chain. You can fund it directly into that chain, and then if you're doing financial transactions, you'll have another one specifically set up for that. Just thinking more about usability and ease of use is definitely something that like the Kadena ecosystem is I think they're working to solve, but it's a little lacking at the moment. But it's growing pains, and I think with the CTO John Weegley coming on board as chief technology officer, I was really excited to hear that. He's a really, really smart guy. I mean, his background in, he's done code audits for huge companies, and it's somebody that you really want really manning the ship because um, he's got the experience to really do it, man.
Yeah, it's nice to see that the Kadena team is really starting to fill out and fill in some really needed
Yeah,
positions and stuff like
exactly.
that. But because people have I even agree with a lot of the community that it's been too long that they've stepped away and been kind of silent. Like, I understand, like, they spent, almost 5 years building all this stuff in the background and like just going completely hard on it and everything, and then having
Yeah.
that huge run up to $20. Like, they do deserve to take a little bit of a break, I understand, but it's nice to see that they're kind of getting back into the game now. Will's back out talking again, they're hiring more people again. So for a while there, it kind of felt like Emily was the only person who was really around to be able to talk to from the team, but
Man,
now we're
she's
starting to get.
hardcore, dude. I gotta tell you, she's
She's great,
hardcore.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's very
yeah,
good.
yeah,
We had a really excellent AMA with her a little while ago as well. So
yeah.
she's definitely, and she's very open too.
You
Like
know what
you,
it is, and people don't even know who she is or what she does, which is I'm not saying most people, but I think I was even in the Kadena chat, and I'm all like, and they were talking about some problems they were having. I'm like, where's Emily when you need her? And everyone's like, who's Emily? Who's Emily? Who's Emily? And I had to share her profile and Medium articles and things like that, and that ties into also our whole Kadena awareness campaign, and it's really important for us to have a more integrated reward system with our Discord users. That there's a really good feedback loop with spreading the awareness as well as gaining the rewards, and uh, having that is really important to us. So we're really focusing on that right now. So we've already started that, and we're gonna go guns blazing after the mint. We're gonna go guns blazing and really have that set up in a way where it makes sense for everybody to use and share and spread the awareness.
for those who don't know who Emily is that we are speaking of here, Emily Fillmore is the lead technical pack dev for Kadena.
Yeah,
She's also pretty much she's She is pretty much was the back end of Kadena for a while there. She's if you guys don't follow her on Twitter, her Twitter handle is Waffle Pirate. She tweets out quite often. She's very open. If you have questions for her, she's usually shoot her off a tweet or something, or you can even add her at. She's in a lot of the Telegram channels. She's in the Discord. She's a very active person and very open to your questions. Just don't bombard her with stupid stuff. Because she will cut you off in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
She doesn't mess around. She doesn't have time to be messing around with stuff, so just try
Yeah.
not to bother her too much. But she is absolutely, she was one of the one of the first team members that was very open to us and very willing to be like, yeah, sure, whenever you got a question, go ahead and shoot it my way and I'll answer it when I can, kind of thing. So she's been
That's
she's been
awesome.
absolutely great.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
But yeah, no, it's definitely, we're moving now really quickly, and things are going to move really quick, I feel, in the Kadena ecosystem, especially
I totally agree. Yeah.
with Mint It now being open and people being able to do their collections there, making things a little bit more simple. We got Arkade that's just absolutely been ramping up their websites and putting out new stuff all the time. They've got, if you guys haven't checked out the Arkade website recently, they pretty much did a complete overhaul of it, and it looks absolutely beautiful. Everything flows really nicely. You can find everything really easily. But like you were saying too about Kadena can be for someone who either isn't into crypto or just getting into crypto, or even for someone who has experience with some other chains, it can be a little daunting with the whole 20 chains. Because what's one thing that we found when developing our Koala wallet that we're coming out with, is that was one of the big problems that we heard a lot of people saying, was that it's confusing. All these different things are on different chains, and the chains don't really talk to each other, which was another thing that kind of surprised us, was that you have all these 20 chains, but chain 1 doesn't talk to chain 2, and chain 2 doesn't talk to chain 3. So really you just kind of have multiple L1s all kind of clumped together, but
Yeah.
each one is kind of their own chain, like their own network even. So I do see in the future, hopefully, I'm not saying we're going to be doing this, but because right now it's not something that really can be done besides some kind of outsourced third party or like a packed smart contract or something. But to be able to just like say, for if I wanted to jump on to, for example, KD Swap and swap something, but all of my coins are on chain 4 and KD Swap is on chain 1, that it would be great to have something that the user doesn't have to think about that. They just have to scan a QR code, connect their wallet, and hit send. And the wallet in the background figures, oh, the coins are on chain 4. They need to go to chain 1. It does a quick move in the background, and then poof, sends it all over. But as we're getting closer now to, it seems like the community's kind of picking standards. Marmalade seems to be the way a lot of them are going to transition to slowly as Marmalade gets more robust and things added to it. I know that the KittyCad people and everyone are trying to work together with the Kadena team to bring these different versions of Marmalade together under one big tree so that everyone can be one big happy family again.
Yeah.
But until then, you do have to kind of work with what you have. So, and I totally agree with you guys going with Arkade, just because of the fact that you are planning this game. Arkade is a gaming platform, so it kind of makes sense to be going with them, especially with, I'm assuming your game will most likely be a 2D fashion, kind of like their games as well.
Yeah, we're staying with the whole like retro gaming theme. So, and I think it's gonna lend itself well, especially with our graphics. Our graphics are pixel art, so it's gonna be perfect, man.
I don't know if you guys have narrowed this down or not, but any chance that we're going to see KDKrocs integrated into their little side scroller beat 'em up that they're making? Or is that still something that's hush hush or not being discussed yet?
I'm gonna say 100% on that one.
Awesome, because that's something I've always liked seeing is more integrations between projects and projects coming together, and
Yeah, I
just
love
kind of
that.
supporting. Everyone can help each other. It doesn't have to be, competition wise. Like we're not really, it's not a competition out there. There's lots of room for everyone to grow together and work together and support each other's projects. So definitely something. As soon as I saw KDKrocs, I was like, this is going to fit in perfectly with that realm. I'm like, it's the same kind of art style and the
We
same
love
the
it, man.
same
We love it.
yeah too, and it's the same like the kind of funny little things, like you got like guys that are smoking and guys with spray paint and
Yeah.
glasses and laser
Yeah.
eyes and all this kind of stuff, so everything fits in very perfectly. Now, just out of curiosity, what because I used to do pixel art myself and used a couple different programs. Do you know what your girlfriend's using to make these? Because I know some people are
Yeah,
trying to get into making pixel art. So
she used Figma so we can keep everything vector just in case, we wanted to do t-shirts which we needed bigger, higher resolution graphics for. So we chose Figma to do that. And I think like some of the other projects like CryptoPunks was it was a 24 pixel by 24 pixel art. So it was definitely pixel art, but that it wasn't higher enough resolution for us. So yeah, we use Figma, so it's vector based. So it's really the best of both worlds. Is you keep the artwork editable if we need to do any like updates or integrations later on. It really lends itself well to what we're doing.
I never would have thought to use Figma to do pixel art. I could see, Photoshop for sure. One
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
program I was using was I can barely even remember the name of it, but it's specifically designed for Aspirate. That's the name of it. It's a
yeah. It has the little
specifically
pixel
designed for.
boxes. Yeah, yeah. It has
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I
We
just
had
thought it
that.
was. I
Yeah,
saw someone. Yeah, I saw someone using it, and for it, I liked how it had like the feature of the mirror drawing, so that like when you're drawing on one side, it actually mirrors what you're drawing, so that
yeah,
your
yeah,
your
yeah,
art
yeah.
can have perfect symmetry on
Perfect
both
symmetry.
sides
Yeah,
and
of
things
course.
like that. But no,
The
if she did all that in Figma, I am quite impressed because like I
yeah,
use Figma
yeah, yeah,
just for
yeah,
making the little graphics and stuff, and
yeah.
Figma is once I'm sure once you learn all the little ins and outs, it's not as bad. But
I still can't use it. I'm like, I can use Photoshop to my heart's content. We even set up templates where we're using the pencil tool in Photoshop, well, on a pixel grid, and then that was working. And then we figured we don't want to create this entire collection and then not be able to you know uh, get the resolution up, because when you're working in raster data in Photoshop, and then you want to up the resolution, obviously you're going to get those blurry edges and things like that. So you can work with smart layers and have vector also in Photoshop. But she's like, look, I'm gonna do it in Figma. Let me just do my thing and leave me alone. We're like, all right, we're not gonna argue with you.
yeah, I have friends who have whole NFT collections for pixel art that they have done on programs on like iPads and stuff, which just
Yeah.
blows me away. I'm like literally.
Pack Rat did everything on his phone, man. Can you believe
Yeah,
that?
like it's crazy like how the different options that are out there for people to make these things and like what you can actually do with so little. Like usually just even like these free apps that you can download, and like even Figma, like Figma's a completely free program that you can
Exactly.
download and use and everything. It just goes to show how people can get creative using the limited tools that are really out there. Like even like I spent money on buying the Aspirate program, but it was only like $10 or something. It's not like a huge thing, and I have the right for it for life. Whenever even if they release new versions, I get the full new version for free forever. But it's just crazy what people can do with just on a phone, like just like you said, literally the whole other Pack Rat series was all made on a phone. So it's
Yeah.
just really interesting to see what people can do and what's coming out there now. And the one thing I really liked too about KDKrocs was that it's not a rehash of another project from another chain. I'm seeing a lot of projects on Kadena come up right now, and it's like but that's already been done. Like almost the
Yeah, I hear
exact
that.
same, like almost identical. Like it's, and I understand the whole thing of, like some of these big projects out there, you have released their layers and have released their artwork for people to be able to either buy and use for their own commercial purposes and stuff like that. But like, it just kind of feels lazy to me when I see people doing that. It's like, just, spend a couple of days and just come up with some ideas of something creative on your own. Like I had my own NFT series for a while of these like NFT dog pug faces, and it was
What is it
literally
called?
something I just. So it was on the Elron network. It
Oh
was an
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Elrond NFT. It's literally called Dogs, Dogz. It's
That's cool, man.
and like I had a whole bunch of them, and I was doing.
Is it
They're just
live?
one.
Is it live or it
I
never really went through?
I kind of, it never really took off. I think I sold maybe 10
Yeah.
out of the like 30 or 40 or something I made. So what I ended up doing was the people that did buy them, I
Uh,
decided to close shop, and I just airdropped one to each person and just split them up to the people that already bought them. But like
that's cool,
I
man.
got into where I was doing like like GIF ones, like interactive ones and everything. Like I had one that was like a Cyclops from X-Men kind of base dog, and it had like the visor, and even the visor had like this laser beam that went back and forth and moved and everything like that. And so like, you get a little bit more creative, but it's hit and miss. I wasn't ready to go the route of building all these layers and all that kind of stuff. I just didn't have the time really to, especially with running
I have to
Kadena
say,
Project
man,
Network and everything now.
it's a lot of work. Like when we first started it, um, so we worked on the base character first, which was just the croc with like nothing else, right? And getting into the mathematics of like creating enough traits to have enough randomized NFTs. um it started getting cumbersome, man. It took a lot of time. It took a lot of back and forth. And then, we had to get rid of some traits, and then we added some traits, and then we're like, well, we got to have this. So the cool thing is about Mint Day is you guys are going to see, I think, 3 to 4 more unique traits no one's ever seen on any of the sneak peeks. So it's going to add a little bit excitement on Mint Day. And look out for the kitty cat little Easter eggs in there, man. I mean, I think it's gonna be fun.
Now, are you guys going the route that everyone else seems to go, where you have your people come in and mint, and then you have a reveal date like a couple days later, or are people going to be able to, like, within 24, 48 hours, like they have been on Arkade, releasing the NFTs so you get to actually see them?
Yeah, no. So one thing that was really important for us is we don't want people to really be able to snipe these NFTs, right? So there's still no randomized collection function even in Marmalade. So Marmalade has a collection init function which will randomize the start of where the collection starts to mint, but it's still sequential, right? So, if you were inclined, you could still say, "Hey, this is where the rare ones are. Let's do this." So really we're not really worried about any of that. What we're doing is we're gonna reveal it probably like 24, 48 hours after the fact. So, people will mint. They're going to be waiting in exciting anticipation until reveal day, and then you'll know if you won. And after we reveal, we'll go on with. I was hoping you guys. I reached out to Kadena community first, but they're not doing AMAs. So I was hoping maybe we can do like a live reveal date of the 8 bonus rounds, and then we can announce all the winners of the other top prizes. If you're open to that, we can set that up.
When are you guys, do you guys have a date already set for your mint?
We do. I was waiting for you to ask. So we are minting next week, Wednesday the 18th. The time will announce, but it's going to be Wednesday the 18th.
All right. Well, we might be able to squeeze something in. Maybe on the 20th, we might be able to squeeze you in for sure. Like we try to mostly do our AMAs on Wednesdays and Fridays, but if need be, we
Yeah.
could probably squeeze you in on the 20th on a Thursday. I think we could probably work that out if that would probably work out for you guys. You
That's
were
perfect.
talking about 24, 48 hours after the mint starts, so maybe we can make a little mint party or mint reveal party out of
Yeah, a
that.
little croc party. We'll get all the Crocatoshis together and the Crocomaniacs, and we'll have a little mint party. That'll be awesome, man.
For sure. Just make sure to reach out to us and we'll
I
get
definitely
that
will.
all set up. Awesome. Well, it's been absolutely great talking to you today. I learned a lot about KDKrocs, and I've got to say, I'm very impressed with what you guys are doing. You definitely seem to have a very straight, clear path on where you want to go and what you want to do with this project. And hopefully everyone jumps on board. I know hopefully I'll be grabbing myself a KDKroc or two. And yeah, it seems like it's you guys definitely on your way to something very cool and very special here.
Hey, appreciate you, Chris, man. You're doing a hell of a job, I gotta say. And don't forget, DM me your info so I can send out those little knickknacks to you. All right.
For sure, we'll definitely do. If anyone listening has any questions, we can definitely open it up for a question or two.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah. Let's do that.
if someone from Arkade maybe wants to jump in and talk a little bit about from what's going to be happening on your side with KDKrocs. But if anyone has any questions, definitely feel free to send in an invite to speak, and I'll definitely get you up here. But yeah, no, I can't. I definitely, like I said, I'll shoot you over a couple of images of the dogs that I made as well. They're kind of
Yeah, I want
along
to
the
see
same
those for sure.
lines.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just send the link to the collection somewhere on the, because I was selling it on one of the marketplaces, and I'm pretty sure it's still linked up there. So, but
I'd love to see it, man,
maybe
for
one
sure.
day I'll get back into it because I started to build layers. Like I started to work on, I had a base dog because at first it was just a straight on face that I was doing. And then I added a body to the dog. And I was like, okay, now I got to add, different layers. Like he had a cape and laser eyes and like really cool glasses and like all these different things. But like you said, it's hard to, you got to make sure that all these layers are going to be functional and work with each other and not, one thing doesn't cover over something else. And it can definitely it takes a lot more time than people think to make these artwork and make all these layers and stuff. It's definitely,
Yeah.
people
100%.
people think that making an NFT project is, oh, I just throw a couple of pictures up on the internet and boom, away I go. There's so much more involved with it. Like you just,
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
little things that people don't think about is just ridiculous. So I
Yeah.
see
And
Arcade. Oh, go
oh
ahead.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I
I
was
was
just
just going
gonna
to say,
say
I see
the
Arcade has joined
importance.
us. So.
Go ahead. Yeah.
What's up, guys? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Cool.
Hey, Snow, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's been an awesome call so far, guys. It's been awesome to tune in and listen. I won't take up too much time. I want to keep the focus just on the KPN and you guys at Crocs. But our capacity with what we're doing is we are going to be embedding them into our side scroller game. We're not too sure if we're going to do the playable character role or sprite or something yet, but they will 100% be in the game, as they mentioned earlier. And like I said, we're a gaming company first, so we're helping the Crocs kind of build out their direction in that realm of gaming. We get to kind of test it on our game, and we all get to take like critical feedback that helps us all shape our products. So we're super excited to get them in. When they reached out to us, we were like, we were so excited because we've been big fans of them, and we told them even in our initial conversations that we had followed all the calls that they had been on, and we really were impressed by the questions they asked, and then just kind of the manner of how they handled themselves. So we're huge fans of the Crocs. Like we can't emphasize enough how much confidence they have in their project, and we also have that confidence in them. So it was a natural synergy between the two of us to partner together with this and move forward. And as you mentioned, we'll be minting on the 18th. The time will be announced soon, but this upcoming Wednesday will be the date.
Awesome. So make sure everyone, you guys go and follow KDKrocs, join their Telegram channel, join their Discord server, and hopefully get yourselves a whitelist and get part of the KDKrocs adventure that's about to be unleashed on the 18th.
And
So
Yeah.
very exciting.
Yeah, just super quick. It's not much. It's not really alpha. The poster that I actually sent out to you, Chris. Sorry about the slight delay with that again. I'm glad you got it and it came in good timing and good fashion. But all the projects that are on Arcade currently, I'll be making live either by Sunday or mid next week. So every project that mints with us will also have a chance to turn into a poster and all that within the Arcade shop marketplace. So more details on that. We'll make an announcement soon. I had to do
Yeah.
some trademark things before I could really revamp the merch store how I wanted it. For anyone out there with a legal background, you know that whenever you do a trademark, you have to make sure you get every single category and every tier. So I wanted to do that before I went live with everything. It just takes some time. So about a week or so, you'll see more and more on the Arcade merch shop, including the Crocs once they get minted out.
That's awesome to hear. I know I'm definitely appreciative of the poster that I got. Yeah, there was little problems, but you guys were super busy when I ordered that with your mint and everything, so it was totally understandable. I was not not worried at all.
we talked a little bit behind the scenes. We appreciate it. It was a
Yeah,
crazy week, as you know, but thanks again for the
yeah,
patience with that.
no problem. All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you to KDKrocs and both Arkade for jumping up and speaking with me today. Definitely make sure you guys follow KDKrocs. Make sure you guys follow their Twitter, join their Discord, join their Telegram, get involved, and hopefully you guys have a great first mint, and hopefully it goes nice and smooth. I'm sure with Arkade, they have lots of experience with this, so I'm sure you guys will have no problems, and looking forward to a bright future for you guys.
Hey, appreciate you, Chris. Thank you so much for your time, brother.
No problem. So yeah, make sure you guys hit me up and we'll set up something for after the mint, and I'll definitely get that information to you. But thank you very much, absolutely, to everyone coming out and listening tonight. It's been a great AMA, and make sure you guys follow KDKrocs, get involved with Arkade, and we will talk to you guys at the next AMA. Thank you very much for joining us. That wraps up another amazing AMA. Thank you for listening. Here at KPN, we strive to bring an open platform for projects being built on Kadena to present themselves to the community. Please ensure to do your own research on each project before investing. Also, make sure to follow us on our social media, from Twitter to subscribing to our weekly newsletter. All the links can be found directly on our SoundCloud profile page. Thank you very much for listening, and take care.